Last time we created this vase here with flames, and today we would like to make one that are even bigger than this one. And for this purpose, I have chosen this ball to shape the bottom. You can see it's quite big compared to the other ones. So that is the plan for today. Let's see if we can manage to do that. First of all, we have to create a lot of clay slabs and draw some flames on them. That is our building tools to build up this vase. Let's make a lot of clay slabs here. And I got this nice stoneware clay with 20% of grog in it. Just giving the table some corn flour here so it doesn't stick to the table. This is just like when we are baking bread. First we are cutting out the clay in slices, like you can see here. So this is 10 kilos of clay slabs. The preparation of the clay slabs is really essential to create a nice vase. So the thickness should be even all way around, and I'm using 0.6 centimeters in thickness, both for the bottom and for the sides of the vase. Covering the vase with plastic wrap so the clay doesn't stick into the ball. First making a round shape size that can go into the bottom of the vase and make the bottom of our creation here. Just attaching it to the bottom. Then I'm starting to draw my flames out in the clay slabs, and I'm just using my fantasy here to create different shapes of flames and attaching it to the bottom. In the beginning here I'm just using the pressing method where I'm pressing the clay together. Then I got that idea that I would like to use some colored slip to make it even more exciting, and already now start that process of creating flames. So now I'm making my slip a little bit orange colored with some stains. And if you don't have stains, you can just use the normal slip. This is my first time using stains, so I'm just trying something out here and making this orange colored slip to see what it will create in the vase. Then just continue creating flames and add them to this creation one by one, using the slip in between so they are really connecting well. Here I just put the time lapse on so you can see the whole creation and how I am attaching it all together on the inside, just scoring, slipping, so it gets an even inside. Then when I am over the edge of the ball, I'm using newspaper to hold the flames so they don't break down. It's a little bit more difficult when you get over the edge, but by time you can create and shape the flames like you like them, how you like them to be. Letting it all dry up under some plastic, and sometimes I take the plastic off for about 4 days so the clay is let dry. And finally we got the shape of this vase. I have trimmed the sides and the shape after I took it out of the ball. And when trimming, you can still shape your flames so they get the shape you like. It has been disc-fired and are now ready for the glazing part. We will do that outside because I just love to stand outside in the nice weather. So let's go out. I will start by preparing the glazes. Come along. You can use all colors actually, but the reddish warm colors are most suitable for creating flames. The glazes are prepared, so we can start the glazing now. I will put a time lapse on so you can see the whole process here. I use some reddish orange colors for the inside, but you can use whatever color you like to create the fire effect on the inside, light or dark. Outside, I'm building up the flames with first some white, yellowish colors, then I'm making it darker and darker, like you can see here, and then it gets really red at the end, still keeping some of my light on the sides, and then I'm creating more light at the end by using some lighter colors on top of the darker colors. And that way we get some depth in the colors. It's ready for the kiln, and it will be fired at 1250 degrees. So tomorrow we will see the final result, and it's so exciting. Before we move on, and you will get to see the final result of our fireways. It's amazing, I can promise you. I'd just like to tell you a little bit about our next project, which is very special. And it's the first time that I have been working so intense with the stain colors. And it has been creating something quite unique. You can see some of the process here where we are splashing some clay color on to a ball to create something in the earth element within us humans, and yes, in art as well. So you can look forward to watching the next video. And now, are you ready for the countdown? 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Thank you so much for being here and watching this video. Please like and subscribe if you haven't done it yet. I like to build up this really nice creative community where we can create a lot of special art together. And hope to see you next time, where we will be splashing some clay onto a big ball, and that's great fun. See you later.